10 years passed. My father and I hardly spoke, neither of us willing to forgive the other or ourselves for Adrian's death. My father retired to live in seclusion on his private game reserve in Uganda, while I made a name for myself as a professional hunter. After 10 years without a word, my father reached out to me. Soon we would hunt together again. Not for sport this time, but for redemption.
It's good to see you, Cole. It's been what, 10 years? Too long for a father to be deprived the company of his only son. I see you still have few words for your old man. I can't blame you. Some wounds take more than time to heal. I'm glad you came anyway. There's no one I'd rather have at my side on this hunt. Except maybe Becky here.
Your reputation precedes you, Cole Rainsford. It will be an honor to hunt alongside you.
Becky here is the finest tracker in Africa. Now when he talks, you listen. His people have been hunting big game in these parts since Adam and Eve. I've hunted all over the world. I've seen terrible things. Man-eaters. Predators driven mad by hunger and disease. But I have never seen anything like what's happening where we're headed. The attacks began a few weeks ago. Whole families carried off in the night. Nobody knows what's doing the killing. Some say it's a pride of lions, driven to desperation by disease or drought. And Becky here doesn't buy that theory. I reckon I don't either. Make no mistake, son. These beasts we're hunting are pure evil. I know what you're thinking. Words like good and evil have no place in the natural world. And you'd be right about that. There ain't nothing natural about these.
Rainsford!
Hang on!
Dr. Bauer and I have not yet been able to identify the predator species responsible for the recent attacks. The physical evidence is sketchy at best, and the few eyewitness accounts we've heard stretch the limits of credibility. Dr. Bauer is not prepared to rule out the possibility that a pride of lions are responsible for the recent attacks. However, the invasion of inhabited homes suggests a level of habituation rarely found among big cats. One of the most troubling aspects of this case concerns the ineffectiveness of traps and poisons against these mysterious predators. It's as though these animals have learned to recognize and report such traps by sight.
For the first time since the day Adrian died, I was no longer certain of my own place at the top of the food chain. I knew then how my ancestors must have felt, struggling to survive in a hostile wilderness where the hunter is both predator and prey.
Young Rainsford, I can see you now. It is good to find you still among the living. You honor the spirits of your ancestors, and in return they offer you their protection. Otherwise, you would surely be dead by now. I can guide you to my position, but it won't be easy. First, you must pass through the tall grass before you. Listen to me, my friend. The grass hides many dangers, but it can hide you as well. You must keep your eyes and your wits sharp, or you will not survive, no matter how many spirits watch over you. day, I stopped the villagers from attacking a woman. They said the woman was a witch, and that she had summoned a dark creature called the Cactar to prey upon them. I remember my grandfather speaking of the Cactar when I was a child. Last night I saw these creatures with my own eyes. They came from the savannah like shadows in the dark. Before I could fire, I heard a strange whistling sound and the beasts fled as one. The villagers are right. Evil forces are at work here. The villagers are burning the savannah. They believe that the attacks on their families are the work of a demon, the Kaftar. They say the Kaftar is a shapeshifter, half man, half beast, like a werewolf, only much worse. The people are mad with fear. They burn the savannah to purge the Kaftar's evil. I see in your eyes you do not believe in such things as demons. But I ask you, what animal kills for pleasure? Even the famous lions of Savo were driven to kill by hunger, but these beasts leave the bodies of the dead where they fall. The villagers have tried traps, poison, all useless. Perhaps the creatures we hunt are not animals at all. I ask you, what is more frightening? The thought of a beast with the mind of a man, or a man with the soul of a beast? The wound is not clean. I will need antibiotics to stop the infection. There is a petrol facility not far from here, but I cannot walk. I fear I will die here. You are a good man, Cole Rainsford. You remind me of a man I once knew, a good friend. I pray that you will not meet the same fate he did. back quickly! I will drive! Protect the truck!
The flames washed across the savannah like a tidal wave, driving the herds into a massive stampede. We heard the buffalo coming long before we could see them, an avalanche of clashing horns and thundering hooves.
The flames have caused the stampede! The animals are mad with fear! Do you see the punches? Don't let down your guard! Up ahead! Well done, young Redfoot! Protect the truck! I've got a bad feeling about this! This road is terrible! Hold on! There's another head! Up ahead! I'm going through! Shoot! Make them move! Shoot! Shoot! Beautiful creatures, but the most deadly in all Africa! I can't shake them!
Look out! In the tree! In the tree! Up ahead!
The rhino hit her like a runaway train, 2,000 pounds of bone and armored muscle. The raging flames had driven the beast mad. I knew nothing short of my own death would quench the fury in the rhino's heart.
You saved my leg and my life. I am in your debt. The friend I spoke of before, you are much like him. My friend died a long time ago, but his spirit lives on in you. You should not have come to Africa. I would not see you fall victim to the same curse that destroyed your father. Go home. You will find nothing here but death.
When I came to my senses, night had fallen and Mbeki was gone. The savannah burned all around me, painting the night sky crimson and gold. But the heat of those flames paled in comparison to the fire burning inside me as I set out on Mbeki's trail.